hello and welcome back to yet another Whiz podcast, Whizcast, or whatever we're going to call it. It's me japping about again, Fellonius the Wizard. This time I'm going to take up the other sign that I was talking about last time. As I said, region traffic are putting up signs. And this one I read and thought, what? Hold it. Do you have alcohol problem? Yes, I have. Oh dear, should I probably go to the city hospital? There was some directions, there was telephone number. If you are having alcoholic problems, contact. And yes, I have. I have great alcoholic problems. I can't drink. And I don't like it. I don't like alcohol. That's my problem. Now, when I think about this, I suddenly realize that, like an Indian person, probably don't understand what I mean. Perhaps the American might do, not totally sure. But I will try to explain, at least for myself, at least. In Sweden, drinking is not even... It's a social acceptable thing. You need to do that, and you need to drink a lot, and you need to drink at special times, and you need to be totally under the table. There is no way you can just sit and zip, or have yourself a nice grog after your work or anything like that. No. If you're drinking yourself down to the floor, and after that your partners or your pals or whatever are going to pour the rest all over you. That's how it is drinking in Sweden. When I was younger, yes, I always get back to when I was younger, but that's how it is. I used to drive the car. I was the designated driver, mainly because after trying out that drinking, sleeping in the food and all that stuff, I suddenly realized it wasn't fun. And I also had that sort of limit somehow that said after a while that, whoops, now I am too drunk, I am not fun anymore, I go home. And when I mean I'll go home, I mean go home, walk. And it doesn't matter if it's 1 mile, 10 miles, 100 miles, I will walk home. Now, if those of you who have drinking a bit, you know that after a while, in the fresh summer air, walking through the landscape, you're sobering up. So after walking like 15 kilometers or such, you suddenly feel like, holy, where am I? What am I doing? How stupid can a man be? Well, I can be as stupid as I want, but still, why am I doing this every time I am drinking? I'm blaming the booze, of course. It didn't make things better when my father suddenly turned alcoholist. He was an alcoholic, well, while he was driving his truck. He was a truck driver. And I didn't see that, of course not. I'm just his son, so I don't have to. But after a while, it was really apparent that he drank too much, smoked too much, and got in a lot of different troubles with that. So I turned, if I didn't do it before, I turned totally to the white side, if I may say so. Now, I do take some little 2 centiliters of alcohol now and then in order to be friendly or something like that. And if I have a very sore throat, I might even take whiskey, which I don't really like. I don't really like whiskey. I rather prefer a good brandy or even a cognac. Napoleon, preferably. But then I only just drink a little bit. And in order to do that, I have to drink alone, mainly because the rest of Sweden will not approve of me drinking a little. However, I've seen some things lately. Nowadays you can drink wine in a box. It's a paper box with some sort of plastic bag inside, I suppose. And you can take 2 of those wines, bring home, because that's acceptable. You can drink on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Yes, you can drink all week long, as long as wine bag in a box. Now that's strange. We don't need that kind of things, but there's not that many. It's usually older ladies, perhaps retired ones. They are at least 60 plus in age, so that's one thing. They might be using this alcoholic problem contact person, maybe. But alcohol, it really isn't that good. I've seen or heard of, at least, that you should be able to have it in your food, making a good sauce. I don't like wine, I don't like alcohol in food at all. You can flambe with it, you can put it on flames, that I don't like either. So I've got a big problem with alcohol, and the funny part is I think I share that problems with many, probably very many. However, one of my positive things about alcohol is once we played a board game. It was the American Mad, or Swedish Mad in our case, a mad game that it was all about getting rid of your money. It's a board game, it's very funny. Try to play that when you have had some. Believe me, you're not knowing what you're doing when you're trying to lay an egg and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing. That was rather fun. But otherwise, I'm having alcoholic problems. I don't like it. Well, thanks for listening. Bye.